We are going to start with a new topic, fermentation media. In the last PPT class, we were discussing about scale up of fermentation process. So coming on to fermentation media. So there are various criteria for selecting a media for fermentation process. So few of the criteria, most important criteria we will see here. The first thing is we have to choose a medium in such a way that it allows maximum growth of biomass. So here maximum growth of biomass means the microbial cells, they should grow to high number. If only when the cells grow to maximum number, then only they can give the yield whatever product we want. The yield will come only when they reach maximum number. See, for example, 10 to the power of 9 cells, 10 to the power of 10 cells per ml, like that. When they reach a very high number, we call it as maximum growth of biomass. Sometimes microorganism itself may be the product for us. For example, when we are trying to grow single cell protein, in such cases organism itself will be a product. So in such cases we need maximum growth of biomass. So a media should be a one which supports maximum growth of microbial mass. Next thing is it should the a media should be chosen based on its ability to give maximum yield of product. So these two things are most important in the industry. Media should support growth of microorganism, plus it should result in good yield of product. Good yield of product means high concentration of product should be produced from the media. So media should support good growth and high yield of product. So yield of product here means how much milligrams of product per gram, or per grams of product per liter, like that we call it as yield. Next thing is it should be economically cheaper to procure. So media should be easily available in the environment, because you are using it for a large scale fermentation. You may prepare around, for example, as I always tell you, 50,000 liters of media. If you want to prepare, you can't take chemicals from our lab, for example peptone and all. It's very costly in our lab. Whatever chemicals we have in our lab for media preparation, like peptone, beef extract, tryptone, they are all very costly. 500 grams costs more than 2000 rupees. So we cannot afford to use that in industry level. So in industry we need cheaper medium, and it should be easier to procure also. It should be easily available. So such type of media only can be a good media for industry. Next thing is it should be available consistently in good quality. See, consistently in good quality means throughout the year it should be available. It should, the media should be not something that it will be available only during summer, or it will be available only during the winter season. So there should not be any season for the media. Whenever you are doing fermentation process, the media should be available in the market or in the environment. It should be available, that too in good quality. So quality of the product also should not differ. It should not be something that the product will be the media quality will be good only during this particular season. The next season the quality may not be good of the media. Like that discrepancy should not be there. A media should be of good quality consistently, means throughout the year. Next thing, a few more criteria are there. It should be readily available throughout the year, as I told you. That also is a thing. And quality without um, without losing on the consistency or the quality of the medium, it should be available throughout the year. Next thing is minimum yield of undesired product. This is very important. It gives product, but along with the product it should not give any undesired products. This example I have been telling you for a longer time. A media should not have any coloring agent. For example, if the media gives a persistent yellow or greenish color to the product, what will happen is, so you are expecting a colorless product. Suppose your product is colored. In the market, people will not buy such a product which is colored. When colorless product is expected, when you try to give a colored product, people will not accept it. So this will be a problem of media. Sometimes undesirable products will be coming out along with the media. So that should be avoided. Next thing is it should be easier to prepare and sterilize media. So a media should be something which should be easier to prepare, and sterilization also should not be very complicated, expecting you to sterilize it very stringently. The media should be easier to handle. That is what is the meaning of this point. Easier to handle, easier to prepare and handle. It should not have many components. If it is having 20-25 components, very difficult to prepare. So it should be easy to prepare and sterilize. And easy to sterilize also means that it should not have heat labile compounds. All those things comes into consideration. Next thing is minimum agitation and aeration problem. The media should not be too viscous. If it is too viscous, then giving air to that medium, aeration problem will come. And if it is too viscous, agitation also is a problem. Mixing of medium becomes a problem, and aeration agitation problems should not arise because of quality of medium. Next thing is easier product extraction. A media should be something where we can extract the product easily. That also should be kept in mind. Media should not give problems in extraction of product. And finally, easier waste treatment. See, when you decide about medium, not only you think about biomass and product, we have to think even till the end of the fermentation process, that is easier waste treatment and final disposal. That also is most important. The media should be easy to handle till the end of the fermentation process. Even disposal also should be easier. Only in such case we call that medium as a good medium. Next, what is the significant role of fermentation media in industry? What type of role the fermentation media plays in an industry? We have to see how important it is. This slide shows you how important is fermentation media preparation in the industry as such. See, the first point, media composition decides the design of fermenter. Even the design of the fermenter, which type of fermenter we are using, also is based on media composition. So based on the media only, the design of fermenter the fermenter is designed based on the media composition, and it is vice versa also. Based on the design of the fermenter, sometimes we will decide the media which is suitable for the fermenter. So one depends on another. So fermenter design depends on media, and media depends on fermenter design. Next thing is media composition influences microbial behaviors, microorganisms morphology, their growth, their generation time, everything depends on media composition. So whether you do fermentation process for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days or 5 days, depends on the composition of the media. Whether your organism will grow as a single cell, or whether it will grow as an aggregate or as a mycelial growth, depends on media. So entirely whether microorganism grows first of all, and whether a microorganism forms a product or not, everything depends on media composition. So first for next to microorganism, the most important thing in the fermenter is media. Next is scale up depends on media. Even scaling up of fermentation process also depends on media and the quality and the quantity of media, because if quantity of media is more, scale up also will be different. Next is power supply during fermentation depends on media. The entire power supply, how much of power is going to get consumed during fermentation process, depends entirely on media. As I told you already, if your media is highly viscous, you have to supply more power to your impeller so that the blades will rotate faster and media gets mixed up properly. So economics of the fermenter, I can call it as economics of fermenter, means how much of money you have to spend to do fermentation process. uh, 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 a chunk of the money you will spend depends on media properties. Media will decide what is the final cost of your product. That means media will decide what is the cost of the fermentation process. Nearly 25% of your cost is directly based on media, and remaining 50% is indirectly based on media. And finally, foam problem also is associated with media. So media plays a significant role in fermentation industry. Next, coming on to media formulation. So what is media formulation? Students, media formulation means to design a medium. So it is something like when you design a fermentation process in the industry, same way you have to design the media also. Designing of media means you have to create your own media for the organism. For the lab purpose, we always take from the books. We have books. So for example, you have to do any practicals, we will give you one media composition, but that media composition you should know how it came. So it is that preparation of a media, that is how the composition of a medium, which carbon, which nitrogen, which micronutrient, how much grams of minerals should be added, everything that designing of media composition is called as media formulation. One of the most important thing, if you don't do your formulation properly, your fermentation process will be a failure. So it is an essential stage in planning of fermentation process, and it to satisfy elemental requirement of cell biomass and product formation. See students, remember one thing, media formulation means creating your own media for your organism. Books will not have this media. In the industry, the organism you are using is a potential organism, so for that organism you have to design your own media. Nowhere in the books composition will be there. Based on your organism you have to formulate your own media. So you can see that image given below. Carbon acts as an energy source plus nitrogen source plus oxygen plus other requirements. Other requirements here means micronutrients like iron, calcium, magnesium, manganese. Put together everything, when you give properly, it results in biomass and product formation plus carbon dioxide, and heat is produced along with water. So you can see this this equation. This equation should be balanced. So balancing of the equation, you have to balance the carbon nitrogen source properly with requirements, other micro requirements, so that biomass and product formation happens properly. So this what you see, the equation is most important equation which you have to reproduce in the exam about media formulation. So this shows basically how if you give media, product will be formed. Next, these are some examples I just wanted to tell you before we go. We have to continue this in our next PPT class for completion, but before that, some of the medias which has been devised in the industry. You can see penicillin, for example, penicillin production. You can see glucose or molasses has been selected, corn steep liquor has been selected, phenylacetic acid, vegetable oils, pH, everything has been standardized in the industry. So this media composition will not be available in books. It has been, this is called media formulation. Media formulation means for penicillin production, for example, which carbon source, which nitrogen source, what nutrients has to be given, has to be formulated in the lab. That is called media formulation. Next is, for example, you say gibberellic acid. This is one more example. How many nutrients are there? As I told you, one composition, media composition, will not be similar to another. The media composition for penicillin will not be similar to gibberellic acid. So for gibberellic acid, you can see glucose is used 20 grams per liter, magnesium sulfate, so much minerals are being used for preparation along with corn steep liquor. So this is for gibberellic acid. Similarly, if you see clavulanic acid is one more antibiotic. You can see the media composition is highly varying. It contains glycerol, soybean flour, potassium dihydrogen phosphate, and amylase, yeast, calcium carbonate, ammonium sulfate, lactic acid, vegetable oil. So many different components are added. So this is called media formulation, devising your own media for your own organism and for your own product. And the final example is glutamic acid. Again, you can see the media composition is highly varying. It is planned per liter, and every component you can see it is different for each type of fermentation process. So what we are going to see in the next class is how this media is prepared. What are the things we have to remember while preparing such a medium, and what are the different components available in the nature for us to prepare this media for fermentation. So this is the topic on fermentation media.